We're back. Wrap-up show. Thursday night edition. I'm in my kitchen. A little bit of a different view for those that have been with us for the last half year. But my complete this home remodel is
Sounds fun.
it's not fun. It's not fun.
No?
Wrap-up show with John and Jim. We're presented by Mark Nimitz and Farmers Insurance. Make your way in. If you're just getting here live or on replay, we have year-round exclusive Padres content for you. Please smash that subscribe button. We're going to hit 2,300 subscribers, hopefully, tonight, thanks to you guys. It's just a handful of subscribers away. So if you're watching here live or on replay, please make sure to subscribe. Smash the like button. Padres win again in Philadelphia. Behind you, Darvish 2-0 today. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. We have a brand new TikTok page as well. I put that link up above earlier. There's a lot to get into. We'll get into it. As always, if you want to make sure we get to your comment, you can use the super chat function. Let us know where you're watching from here tonight, whether you're here live or on replay. And if you're here on replay, you can hit that thanks button as well. So another road series win, Jim, for the Padres behind ridiculous pitching. I mean, they allowed 3 runs in this series, all of them by Blake Snell. And the Padres make their way for San Francisco, 4-2 on this trip.
Great road trip so far. Great series in Philadelphia. I think I said it the other night. You win today. And yesterday's game, while albeit the Blake Snell situation is definitely something to discuss, like makes yesterday kind of a moot point. You win 2 or 3 in Philadelphia and you shut them out for 2 games. It's pretty damn good. And now you go to San Francisco. You just win one of those games. You're guaranteed no less than 5-4 in the road trip, which is what we all would have taken before the road trip started. So far, so good, man. Really good pitching. Everything.
Yeah, so far so good. I already see the Soto comments coming in. There's a lot to react to. I think we will here today. We had a couple of really good conversations earlier today on John and Jim. If you missed that, we'll see if we can play some of that actually from Chelsea James from the Washington Post had some interesting things to say about Juan Soto, saying that, if the Nationals did elect to move on Soto, of course you'd have to consider the Padres. And then Scott Miller with the New York Times said the exact same thing. So we can get into that over the next 45 minutes or an hour or so. I think the story here, it's one they didn't hit this entire series, Jim. I mean, they scored 5 runs. They had 2 extra base hits, but the pitching was better than the Phillies offense. The Phillies, who scored 33 runs in 4 games in LA, scored 3 runs in Philadelphia over 3 games. So it's like, you only scored 5 runs, but you won 2 of the 3 games. Every game was a shutout. You won 2 of the 3 shutouts. Who cares how you win? They're just winning. They're 24-14. I mean, the offense hasn't been perfect, but offenses haven't been great around baseball. So, I mean, I'll take it. I think most people would. 24-14, you said earlier. It's the best start in franchise history, tying 1998.
Yeah, 24-14. I checked. 1998. Last time they started 24-14, they won. They went to the World Series. They won 98 games. This team is on pace for that pace right now.
Mm-hmm.
I said today on John and Jim, this starting rotation, to me, I would take it probably over any team in baseball at this moment in time. And this, to me, is a championship level rotation.
It's hard to disagree with that. I mean, I said today as well. And again, if you're just making your way in, make sure to subscribe. We're trying to go over 2,300 subscribers. Again, if you want to make sure we get your comment, hit that super chat. Let us know where you're watching from here tonight. We're just getting started, a wrap-up show with John and Jim. We'll tell you about our sponsors coming up here in a moment. But what did I say earlier today?
Damn
it.
What did you say?
I don't know. The 7 starters. Damn
I remember my first time remembering what I said in my life.
It's
great. It was a great time.
It's been a long week. It's been a long year.
You're in your kitchen.
I'm in my kitchen. I'm always in my kitchen. I'm just normally that way.
Why can't you be the other way?
You want me to show you? I don't even. Because now they're working on windows here. Don't even ask, man.
Oh my goodness.
Don't even ask. Let's get to the first super chat of the night. Let's get to the first super. Thank you, Dale. Great to have you with us here tonight. Thank you guys for the super chats. Thank you, Dale, for the first super chat of the night. Greatly appreciated. He says Padres looking good. Super excited about these gritty wins we are getting out of this team. A lot of those, Jim, right? 2-0 wins. You preserve an early, 1 or 2 run lead on the road. Getting out of like first in spots, and Taylor Rogers tying run at the plate, getting out of those spots. It's just like everything's going well right now for this pitching staff, and that includes today.
Yep. And it also helps too when 2 of the 3 games you used your bullpen for a third of an inning.
A third of an inning, yeah.
Not counting Taylor Rogers, because he pitched 2 games. He
Mm-hmm.
pitched an inning and a third today, and then an inning on Tuesday. But besides that, you used Garcia today for 2/3 of an inning, and you
Mm-hmm.
used Stammen yesterday
For a third of an inning.
for a third of an inning to bridge the gap for Martinez.
Yeah,
So
that's
the
pretty
bullpen has
crazy.
gotten a lot of rest this week.
I wonder if Taylor Rogers will be down tomorrow. I would think he would be. I think he threw 35 pitches.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pitches, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the 4-out save. If they thought Rogers was better in that spot than Garcia, and I remember Rogers came on, he allowed a base hit, but he got out of first and third with 2 outs in that inning, and then he had to really work. Gene Segura had a good at bat there late in that game after a walk. But Taylor Rogers, 15 saves, leading the major leagues. Robinson Cano, we can talk some Cano here. He made a really good defensive play in this game. Had a big base hit. His first RBI as a Padre, scored a run in that 2-run rally. Every Padre for the first time this year, Jim, had a hit in a game. 1 through 9. That was the first time this year. Manny Machado, who had been, I don't know if slumping is the right word for the National League's leader in batting average, but he had been, I think, 2 for his last 16, had 2 hits here today. So some things to like. I think they should have scored more than 2 runs, but they didn't have any extra base hits, but they did have 10 hits overall.
Yeah. And, with the pitching that they have, like, just score a couple runs, and they got the job done today. Now, 10 hits, everyone in their lineup got a hit, which is great. This team hasn't hit a home run in like 4
Feels
games?
like forever.
5 games, maybe?
Someone put in the chat, when's the last time Padre hit a home run? Who was it? Was it Kim? You said Kim in Atlanta?
Might have been Kim in Atlanta.
Kim in Atlanta.
Was that a Friday? Was that Friday or Saturday?
I want to say it was a day game. Was it Saturday? In my mind, it happened during the day.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah. I mean, people are saying Kim came close to a home run.
Friday.
Okay, Friday. Wow.
It's almost
a week.
A week.
Tomorrow's Friday.
A week. They haven't homered in a week, and they've won 4-2. Well, I guess 3-2.
Well, you're saying because they won Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 3-2 since last homer. That's still pretty good on the road against
good.
Theoretically good teams.
Right.
In the Braves and the Phillies. Let's get back to our buddy Dale. Dale, thank you again for the super chat. And again, if you guys want to weigh in, you can use that super chat. There's a $sign down below if you want to make sure we get your comment here tonight. John and Jim with you on the wrap-up show. Make sure to subscribe on this Thursday night. Padres are 24-14. I'd like to see more offense, but a win is a win. I think that's kind of the theme of the Padres season. Maybe it's the theme of baseball this year. They're winning low-scoring games. They're doing so behind starting pitching. I don't know. I say this all the time in college football and college basketball. I'm like, just win. Just win.
Just win.
I don't care about scoring a lot of points in football. I mean, it sounds good in theory, but whatever you have to do to win, to me, is pleasing, and this is pleasing to me. 24-14. I saw some comments on social media. We talked about it, Jim, earlier. People saying, oh, these were the 3 most boring games I've ever watched in my life. They took 2 out of 3. I mean, baseball maybe isn't for everyone. I mean, but over 162 is a grind. I mean, it's not supposed to be a high-flying circus aerial act every night. It's baseball. So it's not always the most thrilling thing in the world. But if you're a fan, I think it's exciting if your team's winning, right?
Pitching duels are great. I think the people that are saying that are the same people that are like, and I'm kind of with them, is like, well, what if they're down like 3 or 4 runs in a game? This offense isn't built to make those comebacks, right? So I think that is where it's stemming from, as far as like score more runs and, I want more offense, because they're afraid of when this team in the future gets down by 3-4 runs, that it's going to be like, well, game over, which we have seen this year, where they've gone down multiple runs at home more than on the road. And it's like, it's ball game. So I think, and I don't know, but that might be where they're coming from. That's their thought process. But again, like you said, like, this is winning baseball. And yes, the offense, we've said it multiple times. It's going to be frustrating at times. It's going to be like, pull your hair out frustrating. But when they win, it makes it easier to watch.
Oh, it's way easier. This is our buddy Jake by Bitcoin Daily. Jake, are you driving tonight? Not sure. Sometimes driving when he's watching the wrap up show as well. He says Jim called it. Interim coach Christensen said, waiting for the big trade midseason in the dog days of summer to spruce up this team. Tatis coming back. I saw that quote on the MLB.com recap tonight after the game that he said once we get into the summer months, there's inevitably going to be the ups and the downs of the season. We expect to get Fernando Tatis Jr. back, and that will be a jolt of adrenaline. He said that here today, and we've kind of been saying that as well, Jim, and that's coming sooner rather than later, even if it's late June. 5 weeks, you're 5 weeks away from late June. I think Tatis returns at some point in the next 4 or 5 weeks, if I was guessing.
That's a pretty big bat you're going to get back in this lineup. Now, what you have to do is you have to make sure that you still are rolling a little bit here, and you have more people in your lineup that are getting hot, swinging the bat well, not just Machado. Hosmer's cooled off a bit here. Cano's been a nice little addition, so they're going to need. Even with Tatis back, I would say maybe they need one more bat. But unless they have 2 or 3 guys in their lineup that are hitting really, really well, and then Tatis gets back, then I think you're good. You're good.
This is a really interesting super chat. Thank you, Alejandro. It's a great talking point, and I think what he's saying we probably agree with, and I think he's saying the same thing. Is it too early to bench Cronenworth for Cano? I think we all agree. I think you and I'll speak for you right now. I think I'd say yes, it is too early for that, but you got this veteran second baseman that is capable of hitting in prolonged periods. Now, we'll see if he can do it in 2022. He's 39 years of age, but Robinson Cano, if he can help you win, whether it's at DH or second base, I think he's going to get some opportunities. And it'll depend on how Luke Voigt and Jake Cronenworth play. But I don't think you're starting Cano over Cronenworth, but I do think that you have an insurance policy if Cronenworth really, really struggles for an extended period of time, like another couple of months.
You have a lot of versatility with this team. So when you say bench Cronenworth, that's not happening. No one's getting benched here.
Sure.
Playing time will be adjusted.
Yeah.
But no one's getting
to 70.
No one's getting benched. Benched means you're not playing,
which doesn't really happen in the big leagues.
Not anymore. People are moved around. A lot of versatility pieces. You're right. No one's really benched, and they're not benching Cronenworth for Cano. They might switch up, and they might give, instead of 80-20, it might go 70-30 as far as playing time goes.
Yeah.
But it's not a situation where Cronenworth's not getting benched.
Well, comment in the chat. I mean, would people want to see Cano get more starts at second base already based on 3 games?
Well,
he hasn't even played all 3 games second.
You gotta,
comment in the chat. I mean, do you want to see more of Cano based on what you've seen in 3 games, or is Cronenworth the everyday second baseman for this team? I think Cronenworth is not losing this job. I mean, it would take a lot probably to lose this job, but again, you have Robinson Cano. So if something happens with Cronenworth health-wise, or he can't hit this year, you do have Robbie Cano. Let's get back to our buddy Dale. This is very kind, Dale, and thank you again for the super chats tonight. We appreciate all of them. We enjoy, obviously, hanging out with you guys each and every night talking Padres baseball. He says, thank you guys for your continued dedication to the show. The content is amazing. I appreciate you both. Padres content year-round, great personalities. Thank you, Dale. That's a great plug for this show.
Appreciate that.
And again, if you guys have not subscribed, please do that. If you have not liked this video as of yet tonight, whether you're watching live or on replay, please do that. If you do not follow us on social media, please do that. At John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD, our radio show at John and Jim. We had some really good Padres content today on the radio. We're on the iHeartRadio app. We'll play some Chelsea Jane sound for you coming up. She had some really interesting things to say about Juan Soto. So thank you again, Dale. We really appreciate that. Should I get to Mark Nimitz right now, or do you want to get to these supers and then get to Mark?
Let's get to the supers and then get to Mark.
Okay, so yeah, let's. We appreciate these supers as they roll in. You can keep those coming in here. Our buddy 619 Cam, thank you so much for the super here tonight. Bomel back tomorrow, yes. Great job by Christensen. By the way, Jim, 6-3 with Christensen at the helm. Thought on the Padres trying to get Carpenter. Let's win this last series. I'll be there Saturday.
Who's Carpenter?
Yeah, who are we talking about in Carpenter?
Carpenter. I don't know who that is. I don't know who you're talking about there, Cam.
Reply, Cam, with another chat.
Carpenter. I don't know, so I can't answer that. But so you're gonna go to the series? You're going to the game on Saturday, so you're in the Bay Area. Very nice.
Who is?
Cam. He says he's gonna be
Oh,
there
sweet.
Saturday. Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Matt Carpenter.
Okay, so first of all, because he was just released, is that why?
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think
he
their
hasn't
move
done
was a week
anything.
ago.
I didn't even realize Matt Carpenter was still playing. He hasn't done anything.
Yeah, no, they got Cano already. There's no reason to bring another left-handed old bat in.
Right. I mean, shoot. I mean, if this was
Matt Carpenter
7 years ago.
Yeah, but it's not.
Yeah. I mean, I love the name. I liked him in his prime. I did. Yeah. I don't think that's the. Yeah. I don't think so. I mean, it's a good question, but I don't see that happening.
No.
But thank you, Cam, as always, for the super chat. And that's cool that you'll be there Saturday, like you said. Yeah, if you win this series, and again, if there's one knock on this team, I'll put one knock on this team, is the 2-4 record against the Giants and the Dodgers. I don't know if that's fair. It's 6 games. But if there's one knock, it's against these really good teams. And the Dodgers and Giants are both really good right now. They're 2-4. You know.
Right. Got to be better.
Exactly. Matt Keen, thank you for this super chat.
Thanks, man.
Really appreciate it. Thank you for saying this as well. Thank you for being here for Padres family. Been a long week and haven't been able to watch the series. Sounds like the team is doing their thing. It has been a long week. It's absolutely been. I hope everything's all right, Matt, in terms of the long week. But they're playing really good baseball, and they're playing the best baseball in the sport on the road, with their 667 winning percentage, 14-7 overall. I think they've shown like this level of like grit where they go down a run or two, like they did in Atlanta, and still win a game in extra innings. They can preserve small leads. I don't know how they're winning. To be, I mean, they're winning with starting pitching, and they're winning with Taylor Rogers, and they're winning with timely hitting. And you can tell that there's a resolve here. I mean, they're playing as a like cohesive unit, which I think they did in the first 60 games last year as well. We'll see if they can do that for 162, but there's just something different right now about this team. It's like they believe that they should be winning these games. I don't know if it felt the exact same way last year.
Yeah. We looked at the stretch here when they started to play teams under 500, when they went to Cincinnati for 3. And that was a 21 game stretch, right? We talked about that. And you said, you gotta get wins. You gotta eat. You gotta, stack up some wins here. And they did it. They went 14-7 in this stretch.
Yep.
That is a really good stretch of baseball right there against bad teams. They've had a winning record on all their like mini stints, road trip, home series, and now road trip. They have a chance to have a winning record this weekend. And if they take 2 or 3 from the Giants, 6-3 road trip. Yeah. Sign up for that every day of the week.
Jim, who's starting this weekend for the Padres? Manaea is one of them, obviously. Okay.
Clevenger.
Okay. So, I mean, whoever starts.
And Gore,
like
piggyback Gore.
Whoever starts, you got the A team with this staff. I mean, it's just so deep right now. We'll see about Blake Snell, but it's so deep right now. We'll get back to your super chats again. If you want to weigh in, you can use that super chat function. Thank you for joining us tonight. Again, make sure to subscribe. Year-round Padres content. We are here for you, following almost every Padres game in 2022. We want to tell you about Mark Nimitz. We're unable to do this channel without the support of Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance and our buddy Will at Aura.organic as well. But Mark Nimitz is our title sponsor. He's working on an insurance claim for me right now. If I panned up, you can see the blue tape actually on my ceiling because they're going to paint my I got all kinds of work going on. But if it's auto, home, renters, life insurance, earthquake insurance, I have my homeowners and my earthquake insurance through Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance. Here's his website. There's a link down below. He can save you $750 on your insurance. And the claim I have going on right now is ridiculous. It's going to be thousands of dollars because of this plumbing issue I had, and it's all being taken care of because I have insurance through Mark. I mean, it's simple as that. Very, very, very little out of pocket, whatever my deductible is, and thousands of dollars of work is being done because of this policy I have with Mark. He can save you hundreds of dollars just on your insurance policies. He can save you thousands of dollars if you ever have a claim. But again, it's Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance, a San Diegan, a lifelong Padres fan. If you ever need any insurance, please consider our buddy Mark Nimitz, the title sponsor of the Wrap-Up Show.
All his information is always above my head. mnimitz at farmersagent.com. That's mnimitz at farmersagent.com. When you reach out to him, let him know that John and Jim from the Wrap-Up Show sent you.
Okay, so I do also want to let's get to this super chat here from Alex, who is a loyal viewer. We have so many people here that are with us each and every night. And if you're new here, it's great to be hanging out with you. If you've been here since day one, it's great to have you with us. If you're watching on replay, again, we're here for you following Padres games. Alex, thank you for the super chat. So he writes that the Padres have lost 2 series so far. That's a W to me. Is that right? 2 series all year, the Dodgers series at home and the Giants series in San Francisco, and that's it?
Yeah.
And the longest losing streak is 2 in a row?
When did they lose 2 in a row?
They lost 2 in a row to Atlanta during the first series at home when they split the 4-game.
They won the first game, lost the next 2, and then won Sunday. So, yeah.
And I think they lost the last 2 games in San Francisco. I think they won night 1 at Oracle.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So the longest losing streak right now is 2.
2 times.
What about the Cubs series? Oh, they lost the Cubs series.
Oh, they did lose the Cubs series, guys.
Yeah.
They did lose but I don't know if they lost 2 in a row in that series or if they lost 2 games to 1.
They lost the first game
and the third game.
They won the second game and then lost the third game. Yeah.
I mean, still though, it's like that's not a lot of series, 40 games into a year. And what they're doing on the road is what's going to carry this team to the postseason. Because at some point they'll get going, right? I mean, Jim, you've talked about that. They'll get going at Petco. They're playing in front of 40,000 people all summer. They'll be fine. It's hard to hit at Petco the first 2 months of the year. We know that. It can be hard to hit in Petco in June. But at some point, the ball will carry better than it has. It will happen. And that happens in the second half. We saw it in 2020. They were playing in July and August. So they'll get the bats going. It just might take a little bit.
Yeah, I'm very I can't wait to see this team with Tatis and how it's going to look.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is he going to make this huge difference? Is he going to be the Tatis of old? Is he going to be, a guy that you can clearly see is coming off an injury and maybe lost a little power? I don't know what we're going to see from Tatis. Literally, you could see anything. And would I be shocked at any of it? No. If he comes back and hits 5 homers in 7 games, would I be shocked? No. Right?
Either would I. No, either would I.
Yeah. So oh no. We lost John.
I'm not anymore. I'm back. I just hit the wrong button.
I was gonna say, did your internet crap out on you?
No, just my kitchen. Just my kitchen.
Okay. All right.
Like
I love how
like Isaac says, I'm
all
flexing
of a sudden,
my kitchen.
After I got the good internet, something happened to you where
my house is like falling into the ocean or something.
Yeah. Can you just get a new house?
Yeah, get a new house. Talk to my wife. Hold on. Let's play this from. People are saying stop with the Soto BS, so let's play this from Chelsea Janes of the Washington Post on Soto.
Some more Soto.
Hold on here, guys. Tell me if you can hear this.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody, it feels like they're around. I mean, Abrams, Gore, you can look down the list of guys that seem pretty big league ready that the Nats could sort of sell. But again, like, I don't even know if they're there yet. I think there's so much uncertainty that it just seems like it's maybe a tick too early to deal him. I think if things continue to go badly for them, they'll have to consider it, but it would have to be like an Abrams, Gore, somebody else like prospect package that sort of overhauls almost the entire system, because they're trying to rebuild from the ground up. And, if they're going to give up Juan Soto, they're going to want big leaguers, in return. And, but I mean, I have to say it's hard to think of other teams that are as deal happy and as well equipped prospect wise as the Padres. I mean, they're there, right? It makes sense. So, if it gets to the point where he is legitimately available, and we don't know that he is, but we'll see. I think it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Do I think the Padres would trade do I think they would trade for Matt, or will they trade for Soto? No chance. I don't think. Zero chance. I'd give it 0.00001% chance that would happen. But to Chelsea's point there, and she makes a good one, if this is a massive if Juan Soto were to be made available for trade, it's kind of hard to argue the Padres wouldn't go to the front of the line as far as who has the best prospects to try to get Juan Soto.
Well, the reason I put it higher than 0.1% is they're in on like Jose Ramirez the day before the season. They're in on Sean Manaea like 20 minutes before the season. No, I agree. But I think you agree too. I do believe Juan Soto will be traded before he reaches free agency. Now, that could be 2022, 23, or 24. It'll be 23. There's no way it would be 24. It's not going to be a rental in 2024. So it's either going to happen in 2022 or 2023. I agree with you and Chelsea that 2023 is more likely. A number of reasons. Their ownership will change. Why would the current owner sell his team and before he sells him, get rid of his number one asset, Juan Soto? That's a little tricky. There may be a new GM in Mike Rizzo. He's on his way out potentially after this year. There could be a new manager as well in Dave Martinez who could be on his way out. So I do think it's more likely in 2023 than 2022, but he'll never have more value than now with 2.5 years on that deal. He'll never have more value to the Nationals than now. Whenever he's dealt, if it's 2022 or 2023, AJ's calling. I'm with you. It doesn't make it at all likely. But some of these teams ain't calling. I don't know if Baltimore, Kansas City's calling. I don't know if Miami's calling. Padres are calling.
Yeah, Padres would call.
But yeah, it's not happening tomorrow.
If I'm the Nationals, though, like I have to know what the hell's happening with this selling of the team.
Yep.
You got contracts up for their manager and their GM after this season.
They're really bad.
They're a horrible team.
Yep.
Honestly, like if they don't trade Soto by the latest next trade deadline, they're making a massive mistake.
Yeah, they'll definitely move him in 2023. I mean,
there's
no way. Unless the only scenario they don't is they sell the team to name the person, right? Joe Tsai. And Joe Tsai says, you know what, I want to keep Juan Soto and I want to pay him $500 million. That's my stamp on this organization. Maybe it's not smart. Maybe I'm still rebuilding. I'm spending $500 million on one player, but I guess that's a scenario where they could keep him. But Ted Lerner, the owner, doesn't pay for it. They didn't pay for Bryce Harper. They won the World Series the next year. He ain't paying for Juan Soto.
No. So the only way that's going to happen is whoever the new owner is. So it all pretty much depends on who the new owner is of this franchise. And if they want to give this guy $500 million, because that's what he's going to cost.
What's 20 times 200? So Alex says if they trade for Soto, the 204 people in the chat right now each get $20. So add a zero. That's 40 grand.
I think that would
do the math right. Or is that $4,000?
Padres trade for Soto. I'll give everyone $20 in this chat. Yeah,
it's $4,000.
$4,000. Not $40,000.
Well, whatever. Alex is very kind to.
Good job, Alex.
Just remember this: if you were here tonight, save this video on YouTube.
You're going to get $20. Yeah, good job.
You get $20 if you were here tonight. Let's go to our buddy Juan Martinez. Juan, thank you for the super chat. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Good to have you with us here on this Thursday. There are 14,605 scenarios. And how many did the Padres get? Soto, 1.
You have no idea what this reference is, huh?
No. But it's got to be something, please. Tell me it is.
If you know in the chat, you know. If you know, you know. Put it in the chat.
Put it in the chat.
Did we win any? 1.
What's it from? As
Guess.
Rich says. Sean doesn't get it.
You don't.
It's sports related? Like remember the Titans.
Just remember the Titans.
I don't know. Major League.
No, not quite.
Avengers.
Yeah, you go.
Is it right?
You got on the third try. Yeah, Avengers Infinity War. Where Doctor Strange is on the planet Titan using his Mind Stone to look at all the possible outcomes of the future to see if they beat Thanos. And there was 14,601, and they won one of them.
Okay, so you're saying there's a chance.
There's a chance.
There's a chance. Back to Cam, who says the Mets need starting pitching. Of course, they were in on Chris Paddock. Chris Paddock, by the way, Tommy John. I don't buy any of that bogus report, by the way.
No.
And if you know, you know. But that trade was fair and square, obviously, because Paddock and Pagano both pitched for the Twins this year.
If you know, you know. Come on.
But, I mean, the Mets do need starting pitching. There's no question about that. I don't know if Dinelson Lamet would be an answer right now in the big leagues for them. I do know Blake Snell would absolutely, definitively be an answer. I don't think you'd give up a lot for Blake Snell, even if you're the Mets in this dire spot. I mean, I really believe that based on what I've seen from Blake Snell over the last 2 years. But I mean, you get something. I mean, if you're going to get something from anyone, it's probably the New York Mets, who are ultra aggressive.
I'm not trading Snell.
Yeah, I agree. No, I'm not either. But I'm saying I don't think it would be Lamet.
No. There, and I guess Lamet's going to still be a reliever.
Yeah,
I guess
that's what it sounds like, right?
Maybe. Like I'm keeping the only thing I'm doing to this pitching staff is adding more pitching. I'm adding all the pitching I possibly can.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you want to add to it. Exactly. Let's get to this from our buddy Jake. Jake, thank you again for the super chat. Greatly appreciate it. Thanks for hanging tonight. Okay, for Soto, I'm with you. Gork, you really wouldn't want to do it. I mean, you'd have to have this ridiculously compelling reason to do it. I don't see it right now, but okay. So I'm with Jake. Abrams, I'm board for trading CJ Abrams today for Juan Soto today. Hassel, maybe Weathers, yes. It's going to have to be more than that. I mean, Abrams, Hassel, Weathers.
Because if you didn't win a World Series, if you did not win a World Series, 2 years from now, when you see Mackenzie Gore making all-star teams and he's the ace of the Nationals and top 5 in Cy Young, and then Soto goes and signs with the Yankees or the Dodgers for $500 million, like, and you don't have a World Series, you don't have Soto, and you don't have a top-flight pitcher.
Right. So you're saying you're putting all the eggs in the basket.
All of the eggs, and more than that, you're stealing it. You're stealing eggs and putting them in your basket.
Future eggs, future baskets. Yeah, no, you're right. You are right.
If he was like, it is a tough call because you're like, you can make the argument, well, he could be the missing piece to this offense, to the equation, right? Is Gore, how much of an impact is Gore going to truly make on this team in the postseason when you have Musgrove, Manaea, Darvish, Clevenger, whatever with Snell and Martinez? Right. How much of an impact is he going to really make in the postseason? Or, you can look at it, like, okay, Soto would be a clear-cut improvement of this team, and getting rid of Gore will help us win a World Series title this year. That's tough. There's a lot of things to weigh there. But just, I think, I just wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do it.
I actually meant to click on another one, but this is from Boy Boogie. He says, why the hell would we trade Gore? We're clearly losing at least one starting pitcher this next offseason. It doesn't make any sense. Kind of to Jim's point. I don't care if it's Soto, Acuna, or Vladdy. I mean, it's hard. I agree with you. I mean, without Gore, you're also then losing, let's say, Manaea, and let's say maybe Clevenger too, if you're keeping Musgrove in that scenario. So all of a sudden, that luxury of pitching rotation depth is gone in one offseason, which could happen either way. But I do think this is a good point. I also think Tom makes a good point on my kitchen.
It's okay.
It's nice. If it was all clean and like it can look nice. We haven't talked about this. So Daniel, thank you for this chat. Just getting here. Have we talked about Morejon and his 99 up and running? You saw that? Worked a scoreless inning tonight through 99.
Didn't Darren say that he's heard that Bro looks good in the minors?
Dude, he's like the 8th wonder of the starters. I mean, he could be your 8th starter in like a couple of weeks.
Your 8th starter.
I mean, and who's 9th? I mean, Kinnear, then Weathers, then Lamet. Are those your 11? Are those your top 11 right now? Am I missing someone? I mean, there's literally, they got 9, 10 starters. They really do. If Morejon is built up, I don't know if he's going to be built up in 3 or 4 weeks, but Morejon's going to help this team. Morejon is pitching in the big league soon. And by soon, I mean in the next, I don't know, handful of weeks. And it might be in relief, but Morejon's going to help this team. Remember how well he was pitching last year before he got hurt?
Yeah. And you put another lefty in the bullpen. Oh, my goodness.
Right. Yep.
Like, oh, by the way, we got Morejon, who throws 99, lefty. We have Mackenzie Gore, who throws 97 with a devastating slider coming out of the bullpen. Like, okay.
I like this from Michael. Just piggybacking off Rogers.
10 starters in Rogers. Could you?
That's just. That? Oh, I mean,
10 starters in Rogers.
Funny thing is, in A-ball, there's like teams that have done that. Let me block this user, whoever the hell this is.
I already did.
Okay. I like the 7 starters. I mean, again, I don't know if you can do it all. I don't know what they're going to do. Like, it's not going to work like it did in Philadelphia all year. What happens when your starters aren't effective in that piggyback spot?
Right.
I mean, or
Because the last 2 piggybacks, Snell taking Snell aside, Gore and Martinez coming out of the bullpen looked damn good. 7 shutout innings, no walks, 10 strikeouts. It's pretty good.
Yep. Jim, we did mention this. AJ didn't steal anything. I mean, AJ's been beat. He got beat on Mike Clevenger for a year and a half. Mike Clevenger made 3 starts and then missed 18 months.
Yeah.
This is professional sports. And baseball with arm injuries and elbows.
And I'll say
Nothing's
this.
for certain. And by the way, we knew about Paddock. I mean, that was publicized by the Padres in 2021. He had a UCL tear or ligament damage or something.
Right.
And other teams balked at it, including the New York Mets.
I'll say this. If anybody is to blame here, or if there's, anybody to look at as far as like what the hell happened, it's the Twins. They're the ones that signed off on this trade. They had the medicals. Okay. You got to do physicals before the trades are official.
And elbows are tricky. I mean,
elbows are tricky.
This can happen.
And if the Twins said, boom, everything good, that's on the Twins, man. I'm sorry. You're the one that bought him or the one that traded for him.
Yeah.
The Mets, they said no to a deal with Paddock in it because of his arm. That's what happens.
Yeah, and to Max's point, and I think to Jim's point as well. I mean, nobody expected this. I mean, I didn't even know if Rogers would close right away. I mean, he had
lead the league in saves.
Yeah, he had like 50 career saves. It's a nice number, but it wasn't 500 or 250.
No.
And he's gotten out of every single spot. He's been so good.
Paddock made 5 starts for the Twins. He pitched all of spring training. Okay.
Yeah, you're right. The answer to this is yes. Thank you for hanging out with us on Twitch, by the way. Twitch.tv/wrap-up show. If you want to hang out with us on Twitch, always appreciated. The answer is yes, which is awesome. Awesome news.
It is. Yes, it
you
is.
Know? Now, Pagan, he had thrown well. Someone mentioned that. I have no idea. Is he hurt right now? I have no idea. He had thrown well.
He might be doing well, but the impact of the trade is helping the Padres way more. I don't think Pagan's a closer.
I think he has pitched a 9th inning or 2, but I don't think he's their primary closer.
No.
And yes, UCL is a ticking time bomb. That's correct. It's a matter of, when, once there's like fraying and damage. I mean, it happens with how many of these guys in the big leagues have had Tommy John? What % of pitchers have had Tommy John? It's a big number.
A lot.
I wish I knew that. I mean, it's not 5%. It's a significant number. So it happens,
It's just the way of the sport now.
Is this Pagan with the 154?
Good on him.
Yeah.
iPads are working. Whatever's on the iPads.
Man, those iPads.
Working for him.
They are really working well. So yeah, I'm trying to think here. You're getting home. We talked about this a little bit. You talked about the easy schedule that they've played, quote unquote, easy. I mean, they've taken advantage of it. Now is the hard schedule. San Francisco, Milwaukee at home. Who else? Pittsburgh. Okay, whatever. But then at Milwaukee, at St. Louis. So of your next 6 series, 5 of them are tough. San Francisco on the road, Milwaukee at home, Milwaukee on the road, St. Louis on the road. 4 of your next 5. And then I don't have what it is after that. But it's not easy. It's not simple. So it's getting a little more challenging. You'll still be without Tatis, obviously, for the foreseeable future, the next couple of weeks at least. So let's see how they do in like the step up in competition, because the Giants are playing good baseball and so are the Brewers.
Yeah, you have a lot of competition there, but I do think 3 teams out of the National League West will make the postseason.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you know what, Eric? I'm glad you mentioned this. We had Scott Miller on the show today, who wrote that article. And if you want to hear his motivation for that article, it's at sportssd.com, iHeartRadio app, iTunes, Spotify, TuneIn Radio. Just search for John and Jim. Really fascinating stuff. Because Scott Miller tied it back to time he spent with Manny in Baltimore and saw chess boards in front of him in Baltimore like 6 years earlier. And then he saw a chessboard with him this year. And he just said, what's with the chess? And that was the motivation for this ridiculous New York Times piece that I never would have thought to write. I have no idea how he thought to write that. Crazy.
No, it's a great story. A lot of court. I mean, you have Manny with the chessboard. You got Musgrove with the homemade coffee that he brings on the road, and also at his club and his locker in the clubhouse at home. There's a lot of interesting people on this team, and now with the clubhouse opening back up to the media again, you're going to start seeing more of these stories, which is what fans want.
Kind of cool. Yeah, absolutely. I saw this as well, Alex. Did see this. John Heyman saying today he expected Tatis back.
I wouldn't know because he blocked me.
Yeah, that's yeah, he did block you, didn't he? I think he said this actually on our competition this afternoon while we were on the air. John Heyman.
Who?
John Heyman said it on the other radio station in town that carries the Padres.
What other radio station?
Exactly. But I will say this, Alex, and I know you've heard us on Extra as well. I want to say Kevin Acee has pretty much said from the midway point of June to late June. I think he's been consistent with that. I think a number of people have said something along those lines. I don't know if anyone really knows for sure. If he's not swinging the bat, I don't know if anyone really knows if it's 15th of June, 30th of June, or the 14th of July,
Right. I don't know, but the good thing is he's coming back, and it's all that matters.
And I'm with Sky here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know though. It is Tatis, like to Jim's point, or Sky to your point. I mean, how long is he gonna have to hit for? The guy's born a natural hitter.
How many rehab assignments is he gonna have to do?
I think like none. I mean, maybe. I mean, you see Fernando Tatis Jr. like playing 6 games in El Paso. I don't. I mean, maybe a game or 2. Maybe. Dude, the guy just falls out of bed and can hit. I mean, he's elite, And now we'll see. Right. We'll see if the wrist has changed him in any way, at least potentially in the short term. But I don't know. I trust Fernando Tatis Jr. to just kind of look like Fernando Tatis Jr. Maybe that's foolish, but he's proved people wrong before when he's been hurt,
We'll find out.
Yeah, I mean, people say no need to rush him. Mid to late July for me would be a little disappointing just as like a Padres fan. Like, I just want to see him out there. It's just going to bring so much more excitement to this team,
100%. I just want to see Tatis play because you put him on a winning baseball team. It's like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, and like here, like when we say back, do we mean back to Padres or back to a minor league team to rehab? I mean, even if it is, guys, and there could very well be a rehab. I mean, there's months and months and months of time. It's going to be no time at all. This is not a pitching rehab like Baez, Morejon, whatever. This is 3 games. There is no way. I want you guys to replay this clip, Jim, if I'm wrong. There is no way Fernando Tatis Jr. plays more than 3 games, 3 minor league rehab games. Quote me on it.
3 minor league rehab games?
That's the most for me. What's the 4th game going to prove?
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
What is the second game?
Yeah. What happens sometimes with these, I remember this when I was working for like the Phillies. They'd like rehab Ryan Howard. They'd be like, oh, it's a 2-day rehab. And then Ryan Howard would go like 2 for 2. And they'd be like, it's done. You can just activate him. Yeah. I mean, he doesn't want to go play a second game. I mean, you're trying to win. Like, you got to if this guy's healthy, you got to go win. Maybe I'm wrong because it's been months and months and months, but he can get work. He can get sim work. He can get work in Arizona. I mean, he can do all that. He's going to do tons of that, but I just don't think he's going to need a ton of minor league seasoning, if any.
And also too, like, I wouldn't be opposed to like easing him in. That's not what Tatis usually does, but if this team is still winning at a high clip like they are right now, what is the major rush? I want Tatis to be ready to go. I want him to be fully healthy. I want him to be swinging the bat well when he returns. Not well, but just like confidently, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if this team is still winning, there's not a huge rush to get him back on the field ASAP.
I agree with you. I do agree with that. If they keep winning, you can give it an extra 7, 10, 14, 20 days. Let's get back to some more of these chats. I do want to remind our viewers about Aura. Great partnership we've had with them for months and months here. This is a great company with plant-based nutrition, whether it's probiotics, which I take every single day for digestion and heart health and mental clarity. I tell you guys about it all the time. Great probiotic. They've got proteins the gym takes after workouts. They have pre-workout supplements. They have omega-3 oils. They have sleep supplements. They have energy pills. They have immunity supplements. I mean, just great stuff. Plant-based protein, plant-based products. Aura is co-founded by our buddy Will, who's a San Diegan. He's got an office in San Diego. Huge supporter of the Padres. Lifelong Padres fan. Loves this channel. Is in this chat all the time. So if you have any nutrition needs, if you want to improve your health this year, ORA.organic. There's a link down below. Click the Take the Quiz button. A discount on your very first order. ORA.organic. Click that Take the Quiz button down below.
Yeah, go there right now. 30% off your first order. They have everything you need to live a healthy lifestyle. John takes the probiotics. I take the pre-workouts, the protein powders, the raspberry lemonade flavors, my favorite pre-workout. Cleanest on the market. Go there right now, www.aura.organic. Take the quiz, 30% off your first order. You'll thank us later.
What's with like the spam in the chat?
I don't know. I don't know, man.
I told you we need some moderators. Although I guess we're kind of moderating ourselves. Yeah. I mean, it's a wrap-up show. Some people call it the reach around show. We gave Darren, by the way, yesterday, if you were here yesterday, I showed you like Marty's like lingerie we got. I mean, it wasn't lingerie. It sounds weird. It was like this tank top that was like tiny. But I gave it to her and she thought it was like normal and cool. It's just women's clothing is so much.
You never told me your reaction to it. I think I asked you, like, give it to Marty, and you're like,
oh, she was like, yeah. She was like, oh, she was like, thanks.
No.
Like, oh, yeah.
Marty.
But we do have wrap-up show merch for you, Reach Around Show merch. There's a link down below if you want to check out our merch page. Great way to support this channel. In fact, I'll put a link in the chat for those that are here tonight.
I do not have a burner account, guys.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. No, sure. No way.
Should we do some more shameless plugs, John?
Yeah.
We have a TikTok now.
Yeah, I can put the link in for that
Instagram, TikTok, Extra 1360 TikTok, Extra 1360 Instagram. Go follow all of it.
No, just follow John and Jim on TikTok.
Yeah, whatever. Just follow it all.
Yeah. Okay, Robert says invite Marty to the show.
One of these days, she'll be in the and we're gonna bring her on the show. And the title up here that says Wraparound Show, I'm changing it to Reach Around.
That's amazing.
That is
amazing.
Yes, we are.
What's the yes we are?
Oh, someone said, Chad said we're sellouts, and then Boogie said TikTok. I'm done.
And here's the thing.
You want a little behind the scenes radio here, guys?
Yeah, tell everyone the behind the scenes.
All right, behind the scenes radio.
We're basically told to do it.
Why we have a TikTok is our company. We have digital goals. They said that we need to make a TikTok.
Correct.
That's what happened.
Chad says all love. Max, yeah, we have Annie on the radio all the time. We need to get some more of our guests that we have on the radio on the wrap-up show as well. And we actually thought about doing that today with Chelsea Janes, but she was on the run.
A whole new world.
It's a whole new world, right? Like, yeah. So we need to do that.
Yep. I saw this. Tom, bruh. I work with Coach for like 2 years, dude.
Why did people say that? Of all the,
by the way, Coach for 2 years.
Have we ever in any manner said anything critical?
Let me tell you.
What's that?
Let me tell you.
No, I mean, I think it's, I
love Coach.
Talks a lot of Padres, so.
No beef with Coach. No beef, dude. Come on, man.
Yeah, Tom. Okay, if we get Tatis, can you, we'll probably give everyone in the chat $20.
That's our white whale.
See, that's more, I mean, that's like our.
That's more than our white whale. It would. We would be insufferable with how much Tatis content we would throw out if we got Tatis in the show.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine that? Probably not happening, Chad. I don't think Marty's dancing.
The only way that I would do a TikTok dance with Marty. First of all, you have to convince Marty to even do a TikTok, which would be a mountain to climb anyway. Is if you guaranteed me 1 million likes.
1 million?
Okay, 100,000.
That's a lot.
Okay, 50,000.
Sam says it'd be great to get Darren. We could definitely get Darren. Darren sometimes, and he'll say it on his show. He's typically sleeping when we start. He's not a night owl.
No.
No.
And also, if you do it in the morning, he's prepping for his show, so timing's a little tough. And we don't do it on the weekends.
Get Jace on the show. We'll get some people on the show. We'll definitely get some people on the show. No question about it.
I would trade my 6-year-old child for Juan Soto.
Wow.
Hey, Erie Fan Geek, would you give up smoking weed for a full year for Juan Soto? Put in the chat.
Ooh.
Because you're always rolling a blunt. Batlin. No, it's not.
Mud. I mean, these are all good suggestions. It's like, yeah, some of it's a little easier said than done to get guests on right after Padres games. Like, there's a lot of factors that go into it. No comment.
Nope. No comment. Soto on the wrap-up show.
Yes, please.
Love Don and Mud, by the way.
And then look at this. Hell no.
Hell no. I'd give up smoking weed if I could have edibles. Nope. You can't get high at all. Do it.
Do it. It's 1 year.
It's 1 year.
Now, this is great.
I love the hypotheticals.
We should get rings. I mean, who's invested more time?
We'll do a live show from the parade, and it will be like this, glitchy.
Right. It'll be like the old days, like a week ago.
I'll just buy it. We'd have to get like the biggest hotspot in the world.
Yes, we would. Maybe we get Snell on the show because of Twitch.
Yeah, maybe.
You know.
No, we started ours a week earlier. Just saying.
Oh man, what you were saying earlier though. I know what I had to say earlier because you're like, this is the deepest rotation in baseball. Hear me out. 2020 postseason, Padres, Dodgers, best of 5, Arlington, fake baseball, whatever. Padres rotation was like no one I've ever heard of. Who started the 3 games? Not Lamet, not Clevenger, not Paddock. Who? Like Zach Davies, and who? I mean, who the hell started the 3 games against the Dodgers?
It was Clevenger for like remember the last game of the series they pitched, they had the most
10 guys
relievers ever in a game.
So they had no starters against the Dodgers. Now, fast forward, I'm not saying they're as good as the Dodgers yet. I get it. The Dodgers lineup is better. The pitching staffs are comparable. If all of a sudden you could throw Musgrove, Mania, Darvish, that's a little different than like Zach Davies.
The ghoster Zach Davies.
Right?
What a F.
Oh, did someone put that?
So, Alex.
Yeah, like ghoster. You're starting Zach Davies. You're starting Ryan Weathers.
I'm glad he got lit up.
You're starting Clevenger, I think, threw like 10 pitches and then like left for 2 years.
He like threw 97 and then it was like he went to 91 the next pitch.
And then
like,
I heard for 2 years, the Padres are so overmatched against the Dodgers. I'm like, they didn't have any starting pitchers.
None.
So I just think it looks different. I'm not saying they're going to win a series, but I'm telling you it's going to look a lot different. If they play in a long series against a good team with real starting pitching, it's going to look a lot different. What do we think about Davies? I mean, if it's all accurate and factual, it's pretty
messed up.
Bad stuff, right?
It's messed up. I mean, he didn't like physically hurt anybody or like commit a crime. He just did something super shady.
Yeah.
And like it's just not a good look. But again, like he didn't do anything that was like physically harmful. Like if or something that along that route, he ghosted his now ex-wife, had an affair.
It's a little bold.
And blocked her on like all social media. It's very bold. It's very bold.
Yeah. You got to just Google it. You'll see it. If you don't know what we're talking about, Google it. I've never been as bold as to say this, but I don't hate this type of strong comment. I wish I would say this. I've said this a lot. I wish we got to see the Padres with a fully healthy Dinelson Lamet and a fully healthy Mike Clevenger that postseason.
Yeah, because who knows? Like, to history boss 177's point, if they had a healthy Lamet and Clevenger, you are not using the bullpen as much in the first round against the Cardinals. So they're and you get past the Cardinals, you have a healthier bullpen versus the Dodgers, and you're gonna pitch Clevenger and Lamet in that series as well. Who knows? But again, you still had Davies and Paddock and
Davies, Paddock, Stammen started
Morahone.
that bullpen game. I think Stammen started.
Stammen started, yeah.
It's crazy, man.
It's just wild.
Just because Davies looks like he's in high school doesn't mean he has to act like he's in high school.
Right. No,
Oh,
it's true.
man.
I get it. Yeah. It's very, very, what is it? Coward move to go that route.
Yeah, it was. All right. So what's the pitching matchup tomorrow? Pull that
We
up.
got Joe Musgrove versus who is this guy? Jacob Junis.
Oh, the Jacob Junis Joe Musgrove matchup.
I mean, he's 1-1 with a 1.74 ERA and 20 2/3 innings pitched. Actually, it's Manaea tomorrow, by the way.
Oh, great.
Manaea and then Musgrove. Ooh, Saturday's a good one. Musgrove, Rodon.
Oh, that's a really good one.
And then
Which means you got to win game one.
Sunday, you got Alex Wood versus TBD, but it's probably going to be Clevenger.
Oh, no, I say you got to win game one, but I was thinking Musgrove pitches game one, but that's game two.
Yeah, Manaea pitches game one.
Yeah, this won't be easy. Go win the series. Like, wow, what a road trip. Go win a series in San Francisco against a good team that's playing good baseball like the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Where the last time they played, like the Giants like bunting up like 50-1 every 2 seconds, and I'm freaking out. Like,
and the Giants, Dodgers, and Padres are all clumped up right now at the top of the division, but it won't be like that all year. One team will drop off a little bit.
Yep.
But
yeah.
Because it's inevitable. They play each other so many times. You're going to have one team clearly win close to 100 games, I feel like. You're going to have another team win mid-90s to low 90s games, and I feel like the other team's going to win mid-80s to high 80s, and all three of them will be in the postseason.
Mm-hmm. So 2020 division series, just so we get it right.
I know, Doran.
Clevenger for an inning.
Why are you yelling at me, Doran?
Doran's a big fan. Thanks for hanging with us, Doran. So it was Clevenger for an inning. Davies 5 innings. Wasn't he hit hard? I remember him being hit.
He had like 4 runs, I think.
And then what came through was Morahone for 2 innings.
And then Weathers made his big league debut in one of those games.
Yeah. Yep. There was that ridiculous game,
and they got destroyed game 3. If Bellinger doesn't make that catch in game 2, the series is tied 1-1.
Yeah, exactly.
And if Hosmer, comes through with the bases loaded,
right?
Different
what
series
do you do?
as well.
Double play.
Grounded in a double play.
Yep.
Was that game 1 or that was game 2 or 1?
2 maybe.
I think Buehler shoved game 1, and then next game was against Kershaw. Manny hit a home run. Hosmer hit a home run. Tatis got robbed, and then they lost, and then they got blown out in game 3.
Yep. You're 100% right. Any final thoughts just on this offense in general? Like, the Grisham thing's really concerning. He was 1 for 5 today.
Yeah, but it's becoming, for me, like to start the year, you kind of have to get that, like you just kind of have to work toward the mindset of it's not going to be pretty all the time. And there were times this year where, I went off the deep end and I was upset.
Yep.
The offense was just extremely frustrating. But when you're winning games, like you can deal with it. And it's just going to be frustrating to watch this offense score a lot of runs and get hits with runners in scoring position and hit for slug, especially without Tatis. But like you have lights out pitching like this, it makes it easier to bear in my mind, because you can win games 2-1 and 3-2 and 2-0 and maybe even 1-0 because of your pitching.
I think it's well said. No, you're right. That's 100% right. Let me quickly look at the box, though. Hosmer's cooled off a little bit. Did have a hit.
Yeah.
Profar's been all right. For hitting 192, Profar's been good. That's like
the best Profar's in his last like 7 games. He's hitting 300.
Yeah, so he's like the best 192 hitter in baseball history. Myers has been all right since coming back.
He's been really good since coming back.
Yeah. Cano's been fine, obviously, if not better than that, with the Padres in limited action. Voit did have a base hit in this game. He struck out half the time he's been at the plate this season.
If Voit was a regular and had 500 bats, he struck out 250.
Yeah, it's something ridiculous. Kim a base hit and an RBI in that 2-run inning. Austin Nola base hit. So everyone had a base hit. And See if they can keep it going in San Francisco. I was going to say if the Padres lost this game, I mean, 1 for 8 runners in scoring position. Like, they had some opportunities with all those hits to score more than 2 runs, but credit Taylor Rogers and Luis Garcia and Darvish, and they didn't need more than 2 runs.
Yeah.
All right, before we get out of here, shameless plug time. One more shameless plug. Do you have any more shameless plugs?
No more shameless plugs.
You got a shameless plug?
Just follow
my
us.
shameless plug is check out the merch.
There we
John
go.
and Jim. Link down below. Wrap-up show. Check out the gear.
The water bottle's sick. I got to get a water bottle.
You need a water bottle?
I need one, yeah.
Okay, here it is. I got this for D. Smith today, but it says Rich Around Show.
Good quality, too.
Yep, it was nice. And let me just find something we never pull up that's on here. The bucket hat. There have been people talking bucket hat. Look at that, man.
I need that.
Now, I don't know why it's available in black. Okay.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it works. Got the bucket hat. You see, I always wear the wrap-up show hat I'm wearing right now. So we got those as well. But if you want to check out this stuff, great way to support this channel. We got the Father's Day cap. Maybe you're a father and you want to treat yourself. Treat yourself. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So check it out. We got some merch. Link down below. Great way to support this channel.
Cool.
Okay, Jim is now away for the weekend because his brother's graduating.
Bye-bye.
I'll be back tomorrow night, guys. It'll be late because it's a 7:15 start. So I don't know, 10:30.
You do a cooking stream, John?
Dude, I don't know how to cook. You can come over because you and your mom, and your mom's like a baker.
Yeah, last night cooked. We never finished what I cooked for dinner last night.
Oh yeah, well, good tease. It only took 24 hours. What'd you make?
Only 24 hours. I had a Wagyu beef steak.
Ooh,
grass-fed, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Salt, pepper.
Where'd you get that? I mean, where'd you pick up the steak?
It was at Ralph's for like $9. It was
okay.
I mean, not bad. And then I had sweet potato mash. Yes, it's a fake Wagyu. Sorry. Sweet potato mash, and then a Caesar salad.
How often do you cook? Because you eat out, but you eat relatively, like you'll get sushis. You don't get like crazy things, but how often do you cook for yourself? A couple times
probably
a week or more.
Yeah, a couple times a week, 2 or 3 times a week, depending on the mood.
Are you going to you're going to be up in Northern California. You're not going to any games, are you?
No, dude, it's going to be a shit show.
The whole time you're busy the whole time with this graduation?
Can't do it. Can't do it. I mean, it's a crazy weekend. You got Warriors tomorrow night. The second I land, I'm going to be like, it's going to be like the third quarter. I'm going to be freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
Padres, Giants in the Bay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then, so exactly. Boozy Jim. No,
You're so bougie.
Oh, Jesus.
Where is it? You're going to miss that whole, wait, what time are you traveling tomorrow?
I leave at 5 o'clock. I leave at 5:20 and I get in at 7.
Okay. All right.
So I missed the first hour.
Oh, did you leave 5 o'clock? You can stick around for the first hour, John and Jim.
Gotta go. See you guys. Bye.
Okay. Catch me on the radio tomorrow, 3 to 6. Wrap-up show tomorrow night will be a one-man band. And then we always take the Saturdays off, and we'll see about Sunday night. Jim will still be gone, but we'll see about Sunday night. Thank you guys again. We are here for you year-round. Please subscribe to this channel. Year-round Padres content, off-season, in-season, when news breaks, when things happen, we are here for you. So please support this channel by subscribing, hitting the notification bell. You'll be notified when we go live or have a new video. Please smash the like button as well. Padres winning today over the Phillies. Please follow us on Twitter at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Please support our sponsors, Mark Nimitz at Sam's Saturday off is soft. Sam, I'm trying to stay married, dude. Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance. He can save you $750 on your insurance. Our title sponsor, link down below. Auto, home, renters, life, earthquake insurance. Please call Mark. He'll talk Padres with you. He'll help you out with your insurance needs. And Ora.organic, ORA.organic, link down below. Get healthier this year. Plant-based nutrition, great products, probiotics, proteins, omega-3 oils, supplements, everything you could possibly need. Ora has it for you. Thanks, guys. Seriously. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Chad. Thank you all. Look at this. Cam's buying you drinks. Did you see that?
Yeah, thank you, Cam. I appreciate that. Don't know if I'll have time though. I'll take a rain check on that though, Cam. Next time you buy me drinks. Let's go, buddy.
What's Boogie saying? Give her hat, John?
I don't know.
Okay. Peace, guys. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Bye.